Well, I'm from Trail, British Columbia. It's a small town 2 hours straight north of Spokane, Washington. Grew up, I had two younger brothers. My parents were around. My dad just about came to every game that I played. If not, he watched them on the internet or on TV. So had a great family, great town to grow up in. I was 3 years old and my dad brought some skates home, and he was a big fan of the game. He wasn't a great athlete, but he really studied the game and wanted to be involved in it. He got me into it at a young age and just loved it, just from day one. And as I grew up, he built an arena in my backyard, an ice surface, and I was out there all day long. Just loved every second of it. And then later on, he actually found a light so that I could play at night, and my mom would be yelling for me to come in and do some homework, and my dad would be like, he's okay out there. And hockey came first, and school was important as well. So they brought me up the right way, and I can't thank them enough. Probably when I turned about 8 or 9, I started getting a little bit better, and I really loved it. So I studied the game. I would watch games by myself, even at a young age. Wayne Gretzky and the Oilers were big back then, and they were the show. All the things that they did on the ice was phenomenal, and just loved every second of it. And as I got older, I've been about this size since I was 13 years old, so I was a little bit bigger and stronger than guys when I was younger. So that caught up to me a little later on. I had to get a little smarter than guys, and fortunately for me, it worked out. I didn't until I was getting to the end of my career. I took a real estate exam. I talked about doing that. I was kind of all set up to go to work, and talked to Tim Taylor and John Van Beesbrook, and this job came about. And I really enjoy coaching. I'm really happy that I was able to stay in the game. I think that a lot of the experience I had over the years, I can relate to the players pretty good and help them. And some of the mistakes that I made, try to help them not make the same mistakes so that they can get on to a great career. I think coming to Muskegon was big. I think that it was my second year pro. I came here, Rich Crom brought me in, and really loved the town right from the first day I was here. I think that, obviously you think about the championships and the players that you played with and the relationships that you had. I mean, winning the championship at home here in Muskegon was obviously a great time, and it was a great thing. It's something that gives me chills every time I think about it. But I think you have to go back to all the championships that you win, and the relationships that you had with the coaching staffs and the trainers and all the teammates that you have over the years. I think that's something that you'll never forget. Yeah, it was getting really hard. I think that, I thought that Muskegon would always have a pro team, so I was kind of set up here. I had some opportunities to go other places, but I really liked it here. I met my wife here. We have family, and it got pretty tough when we had to start moving around, moving the kids around. My kids got old enough to be in school, and I really didn't want them to have to, continue to go from school to school to school. It's tough on them. So I think that towards the end, I knew that it was kind of coming to an end. I played one extra year after I went by myself, and it was really hard being away from the family. And after that, it was pretty much knew that I'd have to start doing something new. And like I said, I'm really happy that I got to stay in the game. I think it's relating with the players, of the experiences that I've had, and trying to help them fulfill their potential. I think that reading plays during the game, making adjustments is one of my strong suits. I'm learning every day. I get to be around great people and work with great people. John LaFontaine is a great teacher of the game, and he thrives on helping develop these players, and he does such a phenomenal job that I'm learning every day from him. John Van Beesbrook, obviously so much experience, and Todd Krieger as well in the past. I see a group of guys that really care about each other. I think that from the day that we started till right now, they've overcome so much, and they've become such a strong group together, such a close group. I think that game in, game out, it's a different guy that's contributing, and helping us win games. I think that just watching the younger guys, how they've developed since the start of the year is phenomenal, and how the older guys have taken it upon themselves to help them get to where they're at. Couldn't be more proud of those guys. Just to support them. I think you can never be too supportive. I think overbearing parents, sometimes it becomes a problem. I think that teaching kids good values and making sure that they're doing well in school and making sure that their lives are not just about hockey. I think that some kids get too focused on that and parents push them to that, and I think that becomes a problem. But I think the biggest thing that I can remember, like my dad doing, is just patting me on the back and helping me succeed, and when I messed up, holding me accountable for doing that. Well, it was such a strong community. I think that there's 50 some odd years of pro hockey here in Muskegon, and people they live and die by it. I think that you couldn't go anywhere in town without someone talking to you. I know I'd be at the Walmart or at the Meijer, and someone would be asking me about the power play, what's going on here, what's going on there, and it was kind of fun. And just the community, I felt like they adopted me right from day one, and I enjoyed that. I met my wife here, her whole family's from here. We're able to be ingrained in the community here. I think that just people love the game, and people are starting to see how good the junior hockey is too. And I think that the page is turning, and more people are coming out to see, because these kids are phenomenal players and they're the future of the game. So hopefully they keep coming out to watch us. Well, I see it thriving here. I think that people are starting to come out. We're starting to have a winning team year in, year out. I think that people in Muskegon love a winner, right? You go to a Muskegon football game and they're selling out all the time because they're always winning. I think that when the Fury was here, in my experience, we were always a top team, and the crowds came out to watch. I think that now that the junior team has taken the next step to becoming a great program here, I think that people will continue to come, and it'll be successful. Well, my mom and dad, I think that they, the sacrifices that they made are unbelievable. I hope I'm half the father my dad was, because he was so good to me and pushed me in the right direction all the time. My mom was always there to pick up the pieces sometimes and steer me in the right direction. And then you think about all the coaches that you had, right from the time you were a little kid to up until today. I'm still learning the game every day, getting to be around great people. You have to thank all the teammates as well. I mean, no player ever got anywhere by just being a great individual guy. I think you need guys to help you and push you. I always had that, especially in Muskegon. Robin Bouchard and myself, we had a good connection. We'd push each other every day, and that was a good thing. And it was fun to come to the rink every day because you knew you were going to be challenged. Also, I think you gotta thank all the trainers they had over the years, mending your body up or getting you the right stick or skate or whatever it was. Can't thank those guys enough as well.